Hello Internet, and welcome to Game Theory. That light's flickering. It's kinda Game Theory. I don't know the intro. Hey there, YouTubers! Okay, the jig is up. I'm Dr. Sheep, not Matt Pat. We're going to be talking about game theory, just not Matt Pat's game theory. What would be amusing is if Matt Pat did a game theory on game theory, which I think he's done. I digress though. Today we will be talking about game theory, what it is, how and why it's used, and finally we're doing our own version of the famous prisoner's dilemma. If you are new here and this all sounds like gibberish, good. That means there's room to learn. Also, subscribe. And hopefully by the end of this video, I can answer any of your questions rattling around in your brain. Also, if I don't answer your question well, or I straight up don't answer it, post a comment. I'll try my best, or I'll direct you to some place that will probably answer your question. Now let's settle up and move out to the rest of this video. Do you like my new setup? The light flickers, and I have to cover that light up with cardboard and the tape barely stays on it. Yeah, it sucks. Please like and subscribe so that I can get out of this mess into a studio again. Or at least some other basement that doesn't look like this. Anyway, what exactly is game theory? Well, it's a theoretical layout for understanding social situations between two competing players. Sources in the description, as always. What this means is we are trying to understand strategy. It's kind of the strategy, the science of strategy, if you will. As we will discuss later, it's not used to make strategy necessarily, just dissect it. So after this video, don't think that you can use it to pick up men or women. Although, you could use it to look at how and why others failed or succeeded with their strategies, then use the information to build your own new strategy. Of course, you would need to follow the scientific method, and if you don't know what that is or how to do that, you would need a video on that. And if you're already subscribed to me, or about to subscribe, you'd want to see me do a video on that. Next video idea, anyone? Do you think I could do the rest of the video this far back? I don't know if I could read the teleprompter this well. Game theory is a big part of economics, and a big part of economics is assuming everyone in a system is rational. Of course, humans aren't rational. I am, though, because I'm not human. I'm a sheep. There is more information about that idea in my video on economics. No, not the sheep idea, the rational part. The same principle can be applied here. This makes the outcomes predictable. If we make models without this assumption, we would need to know how everyone in a given system is feeling at any given moment. So, if you were making a model of the US, for example, you would need to know how 300 million plus individual people feel at any given moment. And that's impossible! Again, if you want to know more, just go watch my video on the basics of economics. If we're going to be running, by we, I mean me, are going to be running an experiment today, we need to know some terminology. The game in game theory refers to a set of outcomes that are dependent on the actions of two or more players. The players are strategic decision makers within the context of the game. Strategy, a key part in strategic, is a complete plan of actions that a player will take given the events that could take place in the game. The payoff is the rewards or punishments that can be measured. This can be time, dollars, or utility. Utility. Interesting. I think I did a bad job at explaining utility in my video on economics. So here's a brief description. Utility is a way to measure satisfaction from consuming a good or service. Take this tape, for example, that's holding up the cardboard blocking my light. Yes, I'm going to keep making a point about this. Am I satisfied with this job? No. So therefore, did it meet my satisfaction? No. Will I buy another roll of tape? Yeah, probably, because it didn't do its job in the first place, and I'll need more tape. The information set is the information, available at a given point within the game. Lastly, and probably the most important part, is equilibrium, which is the point in the game where all the players have made their decisions and an outcome has been reached. Equilibrium brings us to the idea of the Nash Equilibrium. John Nash was a mathematician who did a lot of work on game theory. He continued where John von Neumann and Oscar Morgenstern, the founders of game theory, left off. The idea is that the game reaches a point where no player can increase their payoffs by making decisions unilaterally, by changing decisions unilaterally. Unilaterally means that they can't make a decision that will make just themselves better off. It will have to make other players better off. They may be able to do this other thing, they may be able to make other players better off, but this would require them to speak with the other player or players and get them to change their decisions after speaking with that player. This would be bilateral or multilateral and would be against the set rules within the game. It embodies the idea of no regrets, meaning a player will be content with their decisions and will not want to change as it would not benefit them to do so. It is possible there are multiple equilibria, and these can be reached by running the experiment multiple times. Each time will yield a potentially different result, and this will be based off of a regression, which will be based off of statistical likelihood. Basically, this all boils down to is if you were a player within the game and a unilateral decision makes sense in the given scenario, then you're not at Nash. If it doesn't make sense to make a unilateral decision, then you are at Nash. So what is game theory useful for? Well, it revolutionized economics by solving problems that were plaguing neoclassical economists of the day. One such problem was understanding entrepreneurial anticipation and the imperfect competition that follows it. Game theory moves the models from looking at the steady state to a more of a market approach. If you're curious about what steady state is or what the market approach is, that's a higher level macroeconomics thing and would require a whole nother video and for you to sit in on a college class for a few weeks. So don't ask any more of those questions, okay? And let's just move on. In the real world, not just theory, game theory is used by businesses when making strategic choices for economic growth. One such example would be, should a firm retire an existing product in exchange for developing a new one? A new product is expensive to develop and could give them a competitive advantage, though. Would consumers still prefer the old product because people don't like change? Like with what happened with New Coke. Now, granted, the New Coke was a little less black and white than I'm suggesting, but it still fits. With the world constantly changing, firms have to make strategic decisions to stick around or they'll be lost to time. Game theory allows them to do this. We did it. All the boring stuff and confusing stuff is out of the way. Now it's time to play a game. More ha 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 ha. More ha 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 ha. One more ha ha ha. Two more ha. Okay, enough of that. The most famous and easy to try is the prisoner's dilemma. Let's roll the film. Well, it's been 2 weeks since I've recorded the other footage for this video because I forgot to do the next 2 scenes. Anyways, imagine you are one of those robbers and you've done a lot of bad stuff. And you are now about to start to pay for those actions. However, you have been gifted 2 options with different probabilities of consequences. The first action is to say nothing. and you go to prison for 1 year or 5 years. Either way, you go to prison. The second option is you testify and you either walk free or serve 2 years. The latter option is the best option. You have a 50% chance of going to prison versus a 100% chance plus the possibility of a longer sentence. However, the personal incentive of not going to prison will always outweigh the better outcome for the group, which is to say nothing. The total amount of time in prison is 2 years versus 4 when adding everything up. This is the paradox of the prisoner's dilemma. There is a better option, but they're not going to pick it. This is where the fun begins. Kills kid. Now, this was originally supposed to be filmed before I do the experiment. However, I've already done the experiment because I'm an idiot and I forgot to record this. So I already know the answers and it kind of ruins the magic of the scene. Either way, let's pretend it's 2 weeks ago and I don't know anything. I'm going to do my own prisoner's dilemma. Now, I can't send Will and Kyle to prison, nor could I get them to agree on punishments that will look good for YouTube. So doing an inverse by offering cash is the best option. Here's how this is going to play out. Kyle will be in one room, no phone, and Will will be in the other room, no phone. A camera will constantly be rolling in each room. I will hand each of them a pen and some paper. This is to prevent them from hearing the other's answer. I will then present to them the following options. You can either testify or stay silent. If both of you testify, you each get nothing. If one of you testifies and the other stays silent, the one who testifies gets $5 and the other gets nothing. If both of you stay silent, you each get $2. Now, I have no idea what is going to happen. Rational thinking suggests, along with economics, suggests that I'm not going to lose money. However, I know Kyle and Will, and something tells me one of them will stay silent and the other will testify. As to which one that will be, I don't know. So let's the testing begin. Okay, there's no talking, no nothing. You are going to be quiet the entire time, please. Okay? You and Kyle have been convicted of crimes unrelated to a different crime. Okay? Alright? But I need the information on both of you for the other crime. So here's how this is going to work. Give me the piece of pen. Give me the pencil. I was supposed to draw this out, but I didn't do it. Okay. So, if you confess, and Kyle doesn't confess, or vice versa, the one who confesses gets $5, the one who doesn't gets nothing. If you both confess, you both get nothing. If you both say nothing, you get $2 each. Alright, no talking, no nothing, nothing at all.
Okay.
Alright? Here's how this works. You and Will have been convicted of a crime, unrelated to an actual crime that we are trying to get you to confess to. If both of you confess, neither one of you get money. If you confess and he doesn't confess, you get $5, he gets nothing, and vice versa. If both of you say nothing, you each get $2. Please write your answer on the piece of paper. I don't know what that says.
It was Will.
So you're confessing?
I didn't do it. Will did.
Congratulations!
You didn't confess?
You both confessed.
Uh-huh.
And the experiment worked perfectly as
I didn't
planned.
confess.
You said he did it. That's confessing to saying that he did it.
I didn't confess to the crime.
Doesn't matter. What you did is
You know law?
Doesn't matter. You said you confessed. Therefore, you both get nothing. Congratulations.
Uh-huh. Stupid. Why'd you confess?
This is the prisoner's dilemma, which is supposed to happen. You're supposed to both say you're supposed to confess because it's logically the most correct answer. So, we'll start the interviews now. So, why did you confess?
Because I figured he wouldn't.
That's it? And you're like, yeah.
I wanted money, so I didn't confess. And then I was like, might as well throw Will under the bus because he already gets enough crap from you.
So, wait. You confessed.
So Will gets enough crap from you, so I was like, might as well make his life worse.
So you. What? What you.
So like, oh yeah, he did it.
I can't believe this worked perfectly. Oh my god, economics is a beautiful thing. Game theory, wow. Well, that's it. It worked exactly how it was supposed to work. Well, what a video. This was unscripted, this part anyways. I kind of planned to do it the week that it happened, but it's been 2 weeks since then, as I've said multiple times now. So let's look back at the results. They both testified, despite what Kyle wants to say. He said Will did it, therefore that's testifying. And Will easily testified without thinking about it. So, economics is proved right. I owed nobody any money, and I got to play a fun character and put out a fake cigarette on Will. Yeah, I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. I mean, leave a comment if you were surprised by the results. But I really shouldn't be. It's economics. Economics doesn't lie. Usually, anyways. Anyways, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. New videos every other Friday, 11 a.m. Central Time. And good night. Subs for trees. Subs for trees. Subs for trees. Subs for trees. Oh, you're still here? I thought I told you to go home. Oh, you want more? I'm flattered. Check out the playlist. If you want exclusive content, check out my Instagram, Dr_sheep_YouTube. That's all lowercase. If you want to help the earth, subscribe. When I reach 100 subscribers, I'm going to plant 10 trees. If you feel that's too small, then check out my channel chart where I lay out even bigger goals. Finally, stick around for the next 20 seconds to give me that sweet watch time. Bye.